The later stage of the game is upon us. Every FC player will push their limits to get to the higher ranks, and it's time for you to become the best player out of yourself. To achieve that, you have to finally get rid of your bad habits and correct your mistakes. With today's video, we are going to show you 4 crucial mistakes you have been doing and how to fix them easily. Let's start off with the attack. One of the most common mistakes is that you don't pay attention to the selected defender. If you don't take a look and understand what the defensive intentions they have, you will easily lose possession. You have to keep an eye on them and not force anything in the direction they are defending. And even though you think they're covering one side, you can't lose your focus because they might change their intention just in a half second. If you don't pay attention and take action, they will win the challenge. With every single touch on the ball, you have to see the player with the icon above his head and think of what their next move might be. If he's running towards one particular side, take the ball away from there and use the chance ahead. Here's an example. As I'm about to pass the ball, I see that the opponent has selected a defender in front of me. I will keep an eye on her. While the ball is traveling, I see that he keeps defending with her instead of switching, and this is where I tell myself, okay, with the acceleration she has, she might go for a defensive challenge. So instead of pushing the ball forward, which would be caught to the defensive challenge, I take the ball back, avoid it, and create the path ahead of me. Pushing the ball forward, I see the opponent switches to a new defender and keeps coming at me step by step. So either he's going to go for a tackle or jockey in front of me, and yet again I pull the ball back, see his failed tackle, and get past him easily to score the goal. It is actually so easy to outplay the opponent's anticipation if you know what you're doing, which is why we have a perfect in-depth tutorial in our brand new Team of the Season meta course on the Guide Plus, in which we are currently running a very special 50% off discount. If you're interested in getting better results in the later stages of the game and the best possible start to the upcoming FC 25, make sure to check the links in the description. Moving on to the next one, the finishing. Not because you don't know how to shoot, but sometimes you forget to set up the shot. That means either you're not facing the goal while you're shooting, or there's a defender standing right in front of you to block the shot, or the keeper is coming out and you panic. Here's a typical one. You get in behind the defensive line, have the advantage over the defender, and the only thing that the opponent can do is to bring the keeper out. While the keeper is coming out, he will take a risk to close off a certain angle towards the goal, which will decrease the possibility that you score. If you don't turn this risk to your advantage and set up the best finishing chance and go for a reckless shot, you will give up on a free goal. In a similar position, if I choose to rush and shoot, it will probably fail, but to create the best chance, I outmove the keeper by rolling the ball away from him and create a new angle towards the goal. You have to also accept the fact that your shots are not going through the defenders. If there is someone blocking your shooting path, then the shot will get blocked. Simple. So you have to analyze the current position or the intended move of the defender and take the ball again away from there to clear your path before you score a nice goal like this. The direction you control the ball with the first touch might have a tight angle towards the goal as well, but simply not panicking and taking an extra touch towards the open space can create better goal scoring angles. Heading towards the most crucial mistake in the defense, pulling the defenders out of their positions. You see the open space that the winger can explore when you push out with your wingback recklessly? You have to actually realize that you could have been defending a dribbler with your midfielder. Breaking the defensive shake like this never helps. Yes, you could confront the opponent by bringing your defender closer to the attacker and standing in front of him safely, but if he is the last line of the defense, you are never allowed to take a high risk and push forward like this. If you do so, a simple pass can push through the heart of your defense and you will easily concede a goal. To be able to avoid that, I take the following route. First, I take a look at the environment and ask myself if I have a midfielder to defend with instead of using a defender of my 4 in the back. If that is the case, I would switch to the midfield player and defend with him. However, in this case, I don't have any midfielders near me. If I push out carelessly and go out for a challenge, the opponent can easily use the man advantage. So, I only get in front of him in a safe distance and use the jockey button to stand a firm ground. Then I see the opponent is about to pass the ball to his side mate. If I would have pushed out, that could have been a very easy 1-2 pass. Seeing the pass, I switch to my central back, want to close off the passing chance, but also realize that the potential receiver is running in behind the defensive line. So instead of pushing out, I follow the runner to safely cover the pass, and in the meanwhile, the opponent makes a mistake and loses the possession. A dangerous position defended safely. On the other side, the opponent carelessly pushes up high, gives me a huge advantage, and in the most crucial moment, instead of covering the runner in behind without breaking the defensive shape, he just wildly slides in, which makes everything easier for me just because he pushed out the defender and I score the goal. In these cases, you shouldn't take a risk, and instead of pushing out, you have to analyze where the position is heading to and move your defender safely back towards the potential threat without breaking the defensive shape. Talking about where the position is heading to, we come to the last point. Not reading the game's direction defensively. Understanding the opponent's intention of attacking is one of the best traits that you can learn instead of throwing your defenders to random spots. Here, for instance, I find the space in behind the defensive line and I am about to enter the box. The opponent covers both the passing lane towards the striker and has the running lane under control, so he has to look out for the third option here, which is to pass the ball back. He could have already switched back to the other center back and take one step towards the side, but no. Instead of doing that, he completely ignored it and pushed towards the line with the selected defender, and with 2 passes, I was able to score the goal. Another example again, if you defend one area well, the opponent will purposely switch the direction. After this side pass, you have to understand that the direction is shifting towards the other side, and instead of running towards the area with your currently selected player, you have to spot the next passing stations and switch to either one of the defenders there. If you don't see what is coming and take an action, then you will be late and concede the goal. What I do here is to use the player switches early and efficiently. Once the ball is traveling, I take a look at the potential targets and control the closest defender to that spot. You can understand the game's direction from different factors. The direction that the opposition player faces or even controls the ball is a huge indicator. So once I see the side switching pattern towards the left, I take my winger from the center and rush towards the wing instead of covering the player in the center, since I have a backup player there to defend with. Just because I read the direction of the game, I was able to deny that pass and the opponent had to turn back to the center again. He finally reached his original target on the wing, but just because we denied the first pass towards the wingback, he didn't get involved in the offense, and getting my winger towards the side created the man advantage for me, which ended up with me getting the ball back. So take a look at the opposition's body language, use early player switches, and try to cover up the potential targets without breaking your shape. That's the rule. Have you found these advices useful? Then definitely check out our latest video that appears on your screen right now, where we give on-point advices for every skill level. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care and peace.